code red, code red.
We don't know what's real at all anymore, but it could collapse the entire economy.
Buck around and find out. This is Angry Capital. It's the show that explores how money runs everything from the absurd, like the crypto kidnapping, to the outright insane, also like that. If you learn something or get fired up today like us, hit like and subscribe. We do 3 shows a week exposing the effed up logic driving the world of finance. And man, it just seems to be effed up every day now, huh?
Every single day. And I mean, speaking of Sam Altman earlier, the crypto kidnapping, he actually just came out and he's telling his employees, you guys suck at what you're doing because ChatGPT is terrible. He's declaring a code red at OpenAI. He's telling all the staff, hey, you got to focus all your efforts on upgrading ChatGPT. Make sure it's faster, more reliable, because they're losing ground to rivals like Gemini 3 by Google, Claude by Anthropic. I've started using those 2 more because ChatGPT is just getting worse, it feels like. So he's pissed at his staff right now.
I like the idea of like a robot on a loudspeaker or through people's computers remotely, just being like, dude, code red, make me faster, make me stronger, work it, make it, do it, make. We don't have the rights to that.
Oh yeah, Daft Punk, I like that.
Thanks, dude. I was going more Kanye, but I guess I shouldn't these days, right?
No, you should. Yeah, no.
He's done. Yeah. But, I think competition breeds ingenuity. I don't really know if this is a great thing, though. Like, I want AI to slow down. Like, I know it's a good tool. I know it's smart that they all want to compete, but it's also like, do we need to rush this? What's the goal? To be the best to win?
Yeah.
Or to ruin civilization?
Both. I mean, this is capitalism at its finest. They are going to go as fast as they can, burn through as many resources as possible in the hopes of dominating the competition. That's the name of the game.
Let's hope ChatGPT becomes like the droids, like those foldable phones. Like, wow, it's cool, it does its job, but most people aren't using them.
Yeah. Like the Sidekick. Remember the Sidekick?
Yeah,
that used to be
cool
for a while.
Well,
yeah,
but it reminds me of the phones race in a way where they were constantly competing and forcing the tech. And what's interesting now, I don't know if you saw this, man, but states are starting to push back on Congress over AI laws. Yeah. This is where it's starting to kind of bleed into our government and how we've always functioned, because this is so new. So 35 state attorneys general warned Congress last week not to override state-level AI regulations, arguing that it would undermine urgently needed protections. The Trump administration is considering wiping out those state laws to impose one national standard instead. So it's getting tricky already. 38 states have passed 100+ AI-related laws this year, from deepfake bans to disclosure requirements. But major AI companies and the White House are pushing Congress to preempt those state laws, claiming they hurt innovation and America's ability to compete globally. Here's a quote. A one-size-fits-all federal law risks leaving consumers unprotected. Reuters.
Yeah, absolutely it does. When they're trying to trump on this, no pun intended, but the states' rights, Trump is all about loosening regulations on everything. Let the economy run hot. You guys do whatever you want. Oil companies drill wherever you want. And now they're going to do it with AI. I mean, this is not good for us as individuals here to just have them do whatever they want.
Well, it's just like confusing, right? Like it's fragmented AI law. If states regulate differently, AI companies and creators, like everyone using AI tools, could face 50 different rule books. It just gets confusing. Also, like the deepfake stuff, I just remember that meme that went viral, the guy walking out on stage dancing. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what one?
Oh, well now I just sound like I'm AI crazy. But it was a guy, I can't remember what artist was walking out to a packed festival crowd, but there was a famous one of Trump that kept popping up. And I feel like deep down, Trump loves the deep fakes. If we're being honest, if you look at the White House Instagram page, you'll see deep fake memes. The guy, his Twitter, he's just posting them all the time. So I'm not really convinced this is going to become anything. Like, it's kind of a way to...
Dude, open your eyes. This is them letting the AI companies do whatever they want. Loosen regulations. Remember how we talked about in other episodes, like how the data centers are using up all the water resources? States put regulations in order to prevent that, and now they're just going to try to strip all of that away. This is not good for us, Paul.
It's a catch-22, man. I mean, like, you can't regulate the internet, but you have to regulate AI. I think it's so far gone anyway. And like I said, Trump's already posting it all the time. It's kind of a free-for-all. Is it bad for innovation to have no rules?
I mean, sure, you can make the case that it does slightly stifle innovation, but innovation isn't the only thing we need to be chasing, like, as a society. We also need to be, I don't know, protecting our people from this AI invasion that we don't even know where this is headed. We don't know how powerful it's going to get.
You know what? I love humans. I love people. But you know what would help government be more efficient?
What?
AI. There's no greed and there's no human emotion with actually running things. I mean, maybe our government will be AI one day, and that's what this is all about. Maybe that's what's going to happen.
It could be better, but you don't know who programmed it, what the motivations are. Like, it runs off, does its own thing. We talked about it before. AI has tried to kill people who tried to shut it down. I have to disagree, dog.
Also, what's interesting here too is if AI rules depend on your zip code, like, what does that do to innovation? I'm also curious, like, who gets more regulated by zip code? Like, is it Silicon Valley? What is it, you know?
And they want to, it's the states right now. So, like, California and Silicon Valley, obviously in California, they don't like any of these laws California is passing because it's preventing them from letting their AI and their innovation do whatever they want. It's not good, dog.
Yeah. I mean, it's the wild, wild west, baby. You know?
I guess, yeah. But what about this? I mean, speaking of Trump and AI, how he loves AI, I mean, you saw that he launched the Genesis mission over the past week. This is a massive national program to accelerate America's AI capability. They're kind of comparing this to, like, the Manhattan Project when the U.S. was trying to, in a race to build the nuclear bomb there. So hopefully not correlated here, but the White House says that they're letting AI innovation run without heavy regulation. And that's the goal of tackling some of the big national challenges. They want to use it to, like, create cheaper energy, national security, new drug discovery. Some good things, but I don't see this going in the right direction for us. Again, none of this is about us.
Listen, man, Trump is a master marketer. He sees how AI is blowing up. He's all about his ego and his legacy. Of course he's creating a mission like the space race. Oh, we're now going to be the new NASA, ChatGPT NASA, Genesis mission. Get them up there. They went to the moon. I don't know why I'm doing Trump today, but you know what I mean?
Your Trump is good. I like it.
Is it? I never do him.
Well, you should, do it more here.
Thank you. It's AI. I just think, of course he's doing this, man. And, like, they want to make this like the space race. They want to make it a priority. He's following the trends. He knows people are doing this. He knows the companies are competing together to grow. Of course he's going to get involved. At the end of the day, I think most policy that comes out of this White House and this administration is tied to some sort of income and lucrative motive, right? So if AI is making money, of course he's going to get in on the AI and make it some mission. And, 20 years from now, kids are going to dress up in school in astronaut costumes and say, I don't want to do this. I just want to be in the AI mission.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, combine it with the Space Force there and you got a whole new thing there. But this is like just a federal power move that's meant to basically ensure that the U.S. doesn't fall behind China. China is developing all this great, they're not regulating anything over there. So Trump is getting jealous. He's like, hey, I want to loosen all the rules over here too. So it's going to be wild here, this battle, this showdown for AI supremacy in the world between the U.S. and China.
Totally. It's interesting too, because you see Trump and the government throwing billions at AI, but I do feel like the culture is telling a different story, at least sometimes based on where you look. You have people out there that are like, I'm all AI, it's the future. And then you have people that are like, get this out of here. And specifically a word that's come up, the AI word of the year, AI slop.
Yes.
You heard of this?
Yes, it's the worst. It's all the internet is nowadays.
Yeah. The dictionary named AI slop, the 2025 word of the year, defined as low quality, mass-produced, AI-generated content lacking originality or value. The rise of AI slop reflects a growing fatigue with synthetic, low-effort content flooding the internet. The Guardian. I actually have a story about this, Arthur. This happened to me. So I was promoting a comedy show, and I didn't have time to get a graphic designer. I also didn't have the money, so I went to ChatGPT. I started making graphics, but as a human, I used it as a tool. I went in and iterated prompts for, I don't know, 3-4 hours of work Then I
Yeah.
put it into Adobe Premiere, which is not Photoshop, and I did all this human work to manipulate it because I was better at it. Long story long, I posted to the internet. I want to show this here because
Please.
I got so much hate from real humans. And guess what every comment was? Every comment was AI slop.
Yeah.
AI slop. So they noticed it. Here's the highlight of the story and how I feel about AI. I use it as a tool for efficiency. I then commented on this post that was sort of going viral with human designers who, by the way, didn't market themselves well because they just were mean. They weren't like, hire me. They were just being mean humans.
Yeah, well, you're taking their jobs away from them.
ChatGPT didn't give me a hard time, but
it's going to hype you up no matter what. ChatGPT loves you, dog.
I know. I actually ask it if I'm funny every day. But
what's it say?
It says, well, as per yesterday, you're funnier today. And it helps me with my quality of life. But I comment, I said, hey guys, I didn't have time for this, but of course I'd love to hire somebody and pay them money. Somebody nice comment here and I'd love to work with you. Guess what happened? A great designer commented. He's in the Midwest. I do my shows all over the country.
Hey.
I work with him every month. I pay him every month. I got him a job. So it kind of is interesting.
Okay.
Using an AI tool led to someone getting work because he didn't give hate. He kind of recognized you got to use this stuff. And then he told me once I hired him, hey, I use AI for tools, but then I do my humanness to it. And that's what I did. So AI slop, I guess I could argue, works to a degree, but that's not necessarily what's happening based on here.
Yeah, dude, the whole internet is just flooded with it. It's one thing for you to like do one once in a while, but there was some study that came out recently from the SEO firm Graphite. They found that 52% of all articles written online are generated by AI.
That's
Your
not
Instagram. Good. No, it's not.
That's...
Also because you see how it misses context, it gets things wrong, it invents stats. And we also have like all these news sites who are using AI to generate these stories. We don't know what's real at all anymore.
Yeah, that's not what I'm supporting. I'm supporting more like using it as a tool creatively. But yes, when half our news cycle, half our feeds, I mean, this happens to me too. Every time I open a social media, I'm like, is this real?
Yeah.
And if we feel that way now based on our ages and how we've seen the tech boom, can you imagine in 10 years what our kids are going to see the world like? They're not going to know what's what. It's kind of wild if you look at it. All because you want to be number one, Sam Altman.
Well, you know? Well, we'll see how this is because it is going to be really interesting because you're just, we've talked about this before, but you're just not going to be able to trust anything online. It's already gotten to that point and it's only going to get worse here.
Look at this. You know what's funny too? You have NPR, which is a news source, just made an interactive quiz to see if you could figure out if a video is real or AI slop. Could be fun content for us to take the quiz together. You want to do that?
Yeah, I think, maybe we could do that for, social. We can put it on social or TikTok at Angry Capital. Follow us over there so you make sure you don't miss anything from the show here.
But I think it's funny because is AI slop a tech problem or a user problem?
I will say that it's both. I mean, the tech is allowing us to use these things. And then I think a lot of people are like, how can I generate money off this? How can I save money off of this? I've told the story before, but like my friend who makes AI generated feet pics for OnlyFans, like that's a user problem here. You're generating stuff that the world just doesn't need. There's plenty of feet out there. There's plenty of real feet. Leave feet alone. Yeah,
says the guy who probably looks like a Hobbit. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it.
Yeah, I got no shoes on right now.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, these guys! You never know when you're watching this what's going on with Arthur over there.
Hey,
he's toes out right now.
Yeah.
His buddy's probably filming his feet, making money. You know, exactly. I thought actually, you know what's messed up as a revenue stream? You know, because we're in this gig economy, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I actually thought because I started playing around with Grok's video tool, and I was like, should I make a social media page that's just like, you know, rage bait, clickbait, which is, and just make revenue streams from like ridiculous fake videos. The sad truth is the percentage out there is higher than 50% of people just making money off this stuff. It's just making money off fake stuff. And you know what's interesting, man? We're talking about legitimacy with AI, right? Like what's real. But crypto had an even more chaotic week. This is
God. Yeah, this has been a wild week. So over the weekend on Sunday night, Bitcoin tanked 7% in a matter of minutes, dropping below 85K. 7% doesn't sound a lot, but that's like billions and billions of dollars dropping off of Bitcoin. It sparked fears that there was a bigger crash that was looming. And that sudden drop wiped out 1 billion in leveraged Bitcoin positions that just caused like this cascade of forced selling. We've talked about this before. Leverage is the problem in the crypto markets. People basically gambling with borrowed money, and they get wiped out super quickly. At one point, Bitcoin was down almost 40% from its peak at 126 less than a couple months ago. It has rebounded, though. There has been a rebound in the day after, so it's bouncing back a little bit. It's kind of calmed some people down, but this has been crazy because it's all tied to all this stuff going on over the world.
Well, that's what's so interesting to me about this is like we talked about this also recently, how the world, this is now, it's kind of like this weird symbiotic relationship of the news, the world, crypto creates things happening, but also things from the world affect crypto, right? Like the Bank of Japan hinted they're probably going to have to raise interest rates. That affected this.
Yes.
This week.
Yeah, and I'll explain that a little bit more in a second, because you may be saying, like, well, what the hell does that have to do with Bitcoin? But it could collapse the entire economy. It's looming. But another thing that added to it, China announced they're tightening their crypto ban again because they want to make their own. But on top of that, Wall Street was in full panic mode as rumors started to swirl that the largest Bitcoin treasury company, Strategy, you may have seen this guy, Michael Saylor. He's basically like Bitcoin Jesus. He's the savior for a lot of people in the crypto space. But now there's worries that he may be forced to sell part of his company's massive stack of 650,000 Bitcoin, because if the price of their stock drops below how much they paid for all that Bitcoin, they're in a lot of trouble. And that could just drag the entire tech sector down. It's a crazy mess. It did rebound a little bit afterwards, so people are starting to not be as scared, but that's a looming threat. That one company could bring everything down.
Arthur, how does that happen? Like could this all just be rumor? Like how does it happen where a story like this goes through what? Like, and also how I know from doing this show with you, I don't trust that this is actually anything but someone trying to manipulate this for their benefit. Like how do we actually track that?
Paul,
one guy could have started this rumor, and now look at what happened this week to crypto.
Yes, you are exactly right. And that is what's happening. There is a lot of manipulation going on between these companies who are fighting to basically control a larger supply of Bitcoin. There's so much news, rumors, things like that. And the market freaks out on all of these little stories that come out. You're 100% right. There's been fake stories all over the place. Yeah.
This is what we've talked about with crypto, man. It's so volatile. It's so up and down. I mean, the one thing that comes to mind for you crypto bros to me is fuck around and find out. I mean, that's what you're doing with crypto every day. That's one rumor version. But then the Japan stuff is interesting because this actually is applicable in the real world. It's stuff happening there that affects the market also. Yes. It's not a rumor, right?
Right. So this is real. And this wasn't even like a definitive thing yet, but the Bank of Japan, the whole interest rate thing, this is why it's such a big threat. Because basically Japan has kept their interest rates at zero. So the whole world goes to them, borrows money for free, and then they go and invest in a bunch of risky assets to make free money, basically. That's known as the Japan carry trade. Now, Japan is like, hey, we got to raise our interest rates because inflation is out of control here. And the entire world freaked out. They're like, no more free money in Japan. What? So they rip it all out of stocks, rip it out of crypto, and it starts tanking the entire global economy. They haven't even made a decision yet on raising the interest rates. That's coming up in the next few days here. So if they do, that really could change things here for the entire economy, for us, all the way on the other side of the world.
It's a bit unprecedented too, right? It's kind of interesting that now it's happening and how it will affect everything. Also, if they don't raise that interest rate, do we move to Japan? Because that sounds great.
Yeah. Again, inflation is a big problem over there. They had a lost decade where they didn't have any growth over there because their money problem with the yen was so out of control. I don't know if, although it is cleaner, I mean, I love the culture. It's not the worst idea.
And look, like I say, you know, I always talk about this being hype. I always say it's so volatile. I don't trust it. You know, I don't trust crypto. Meanwhile, the guy responsible for hyping up crypto, Arthur, and also your uncle every day on CNBC says, nothing to worry about. We're still headed for all-time highs for Bitcoin. Check this out.
I do think Bitcoin can make an all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models, the discounted cash flow models like AI models, but it hurts crypto models too. So if we have a dovish Fed, that's really a tailwind.
Guys, trust me. I have a lot of energy. About crypto, and I think it's gonna be fine. You could trust me, right?
Can you hear the fear in his voice?
This is the guy. This is the guy. This is the hype guy.
So he's a legendary investor. He started Fundstrat. He started BitMine, which is the biggest Ethereum treasury company. And for months, he's the guy who's gotten the mainstream to believe it can only go up. He keeps making these wild price predictions. He still thinks it's going to hit an all-time high in the next month or so here. I think that his price predictions are dangerous for a lot of people.
Hey, Tom Lee, if you're a brilliant investor, invest in a hype guy. Hire Arthur to go on TV and talk about this.
Come on, dog.
I wouldn't buy slippers from this guy. I'm sorry. And this is my honest take on him. The guy was sleeping on national television saying it's going to go up.
Well,
or outsource to AI. Get some bot to be more entertaining or interesting.
He's fearful. His company is about to collapse because they've invested billions into Ethereum right at the peak. He's stressed out. He doesn't sleep. He does interviews all day telling people it's going to be okay. And I
guess he has to, right? But it's clear. I mean, I'm looking at it from a different level. I try to also be that take for you and for us here of kind of a little bit on the outside of this stuff, because it is funny when you look at it that way. It's like, dude, is it really going to go up? I'm not really so convinced. Also, we talk about mass marketing. Trump's old buddy and maybe still buddy, Elon Musk here, was really the one who has the hottest crypto take of the week. Did you see this? In a new podcast going viral, he said, the future economy may ditch money entirely and run on Bitcoin-based energy as the core unit of value. We've already predicted this. People kind of see this coming, but coming from him is telling. Check this out.
Some fundamental currencies, if you will, that are physics-based. So energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy. You can't legislate energy. You can't just, pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy. It's very difficult to generate energy, or especially to harness energy in a useful way to do useful work. So I think that probably we won't have money. Energy. And probably we'll just have energy, power generation as the de facto currency.
Yeah. The thing about me and Tom is we both don't have energy, but but energy is the future.
Did he fry his brain completely with ketamine? Like, what is going on there? He can barely put together a sentence.
But that might be my plan. If AI takes over, I'll see you under the freeways of San Fran, buddy.
Okay,
that sounds great.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is funny seeing him on TV talk about energy and also having not a lot of energy.
Yeah.
What's wild in that interview is he went on to say that it sounds strange, but money won't exist. And he argues that once AI and robots can meet all human needs, traditional money becomes irrelevant. I would play devil's advocate here, though, and say, wouldn't you need money or some sort of currency to fund the AI and the robots? I mean, it's going to be some way.
Yeah. But that's what he's saying. He's saying, it's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be energy. Like, these are the things that are going to move things forward. That's the only thing that's really going to have value going forward.
Yeah, and basically he's alluding to, like, real wealth will be measured by how much energy you can generate, right, and use, which is why he says Bitcoin is the early blueprint. If I could sell my innate human energy, I would do that. I mean, I'm here, I'm caffeinated, but I don't know. I don't think that's what he's saying.
No, not at all. Talking about all the energy, the burning of the fossil fuels to run the things, to blah blah blah. But this is why this dude wants to go into space to get more, natural resources in order to create energy more efficiently here. I would keep an eye on, all of this stuff because. I think that he is on to something here. And we're going to see, because you're seeing the Bitcoin miners who use and produce all of this energy.
Yeah.
Now, because Bitcoin is going down, they're starting to use their facilities to generate AI and to support data centers. So it's all like merging together here.
The energy. We got to get to the craziest story, though, I think, of the week. All this is crazy, right? But there was a home invasion that just happened. $11 million in crypto stolen in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you realize who this is tied to, it's super sketchy. So the ex-boyfriend of OpenAI, Sam Altman, was the victim of this heist. Armed robbers posing as UPS workers knocked on the door of his San Francisco home, forced their way in, tied him up, and made him transfer $11 million in crypto. And it was all caught on his Ring doorbell. Let's watch this.
Yes, I have a pack for Joshua from Sanford. Community Plus, UPS partner.
Did you say partner? That's a sign right there.
So specific, right? UPS community partner?
Yeah, nope. Don't answer the door, dude.
I know. This made me want to get a Ring doorbell camera here.
Fully gloved in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
With the hood up. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you see that, why are you opening the door, dude? What are you doing?
I never open the door for people. I'm the worst.
Oh, that's the way it should be. I live in an apartment building where people can buzz anybody in at any time.
Yeah.
There's always weirdos walking around here.
Don't do that. Let's want to skip a little. There we go. So
Yeah.
look at this.
Joshua? Yeah.
This is scary though.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, so he's just asking him for a pen. He's like, oh, I forgot my pen.
Do you sign for this?
All right, here we go.
Damn. Do you have a pen? I think I look for one. You got a pen? Yeah, I got you.
And that's where he forces it. Yeah. That's where he throws him on the ground and pistol whips him. Yeah, crazy stuff here. But there's a lot of people who are talking about the fact that Coinbase, the biggest crypto exchange,
Yeah.
they had a data leak where they leaked everybody's home address. And so people are wondering if that was connected there, where hackers got home addresses to people who they know have large amounts of crypto. It's a threat. It's scary.
It's kind of funny and ironic, and not a heist. And obviously, this is really scary. But like Elon's saying, the future of money and everything is energy and it's digital. But we're still going to be humans where there's physical danger. Like that's the kind of, this is an example that's happening in real time, right? Like as digital as we go, people are still going to want to take things from one another, steal, do bad things, do illegal things. And this is a good example of it. I didn't even know this guy had an ex-boyfriend. I mean, I feel like I missed out on even trying to befriend this guy and get some money just like a friend.
I know, right?
Manipulatively. But these people, I mean, clearly targeted, right?
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. You don't just show up to somebody's house and hoping they have crypto in the safe there, you know?
It also begs the question of like what you disclose to crypto exchanges like Coinbase and stuff. Like, should we have to be required to disclose so much? Should it be a little more anonymous?
No, I don't. Now that was like everybody thought that crypto was supposed to be anonymous. I do think that it is important to disclose these things. You got to know who's buying crypto, who's transferring it. Otherwise, it gets super shady. This is known as Know Your Customer, KYC. A lot of people in crypto hate it, but I do think it is really necessary in order to be able to track this stuff and make sure it's not being used for crimes as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, all this is so interesting. At the speed of lightning, we see all this. AI is changing fast, crypto even faster, and the risks keep scaling with the rewards. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of this is the culture. I mean, people are starting to push back on all of these things as well. This AI slop, these crypto scams, all of this going on. I mean, crypto is dominating. AI is dominating. These are the future. But is this good for the culture? I think that's something that, we really have to determine.
And are you getting involved in any of them? Because at least at this time, you could do it in a way that's a bit uncharted. The government is telling us we don't have many rules as of now. I'm not giving advice, but is it the best time to get into the wild, wild west of this before there's a smackdown of regulation? I don't really know what the answer is. All I know is I'm probably going to still make a flyer out of AI slop and then use some humans to also help me. But it is true, man. Everyday Americans are losing real money to scams, and even as institutions pivot, for us here, we want you to stay aware, stay informed, and be realistic about the fact that this is all happening. You meet some people who just fight against this. Some of the designers who were commenting on my Instagram, like, you can't deny that this is happening, but what's the middle there? What's our responsibility as a culture, as people, as consumers, as investors? What's the line, and what do you do to kind of keep this all in check? I don't know if I'm full Elon yet about digital currency. I bury cash in my backyard. I don't know. I keep mentioning it every episode. They're like, the only finance show where I'm literally too far back in time. It's like, what are you doing, bro?
I know. Yeah. Are you panning for gold and stuff in the river too? I'm
about to smoke a pipe and drink some mead, But, it's old school. Yeah. But I think we raised a lot of good points. This is a very interesting episode to just consider all this stuff, and we can't help but look at how fast both of these moved this week. AI and crypto, super fast, but not always technically forward. So new laws, missions, outflows, and scams unfold. The smartest thing, like I'm saying, guys, stay informed, okay? It's not necessarily being first, it's staying informed. Arthur, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, know what's going on, know how to protect yourself, know what to spot, know the scams, all of that. But also, I do think that a lot of this can help us, can improve our lives. Some of it is fun, some of it's funny. It's a cultural moment that is unprecedented in history, and I think that's the best thing. Just keep an eye out what's going on here.
Yeah, and tell us how you feel. Comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. We're here all the time. We want to hear from you. I want to talk to you guys more in these episodes. So comment. Let us know what you're doing about AI. How's your crypto? Have you followed this week? What are you worried about? What are your concerns? Let us know. We'll talk about you guys next episode. Until then, I'm going to go get another espresso so I don't have to be as low energy as Tom Lee.
Yeah, don't be like him. I mean, he's about to have a heart attack. He's stressed, bro.
He's stressed, but he's got more in his bank account, so maybe that's the solution. I don't know.
Well, you don't have a bank account. You just got trash bags in the backyard.
That's true. No, it's all buried. It's buried. It's also in the ceilings. I got to make sure I keep track of that.
Very Italian. I like
it. That's the old 20s. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This show is sponsored by Galileo FX, the only automated trading software that shows you the wins and losses before you buy. Learn more at store.galileofx.com.